Right, so we should be back. We should be back live. Apologies for that, guys. Annoyingly, managed to connect to the wrong Wi-Fi. So, don't know how I managed to do that. Blame the fact we had a little break. Now we've forgotten how to do this. But we're back now. 20 minutes played here. Thankfully, no one scored while we were gone. So, we're good. We're back live. Sorry for the inconvenience, everybody. But yeah, anyway. Leipzig coming forwards here. Benjamin Sesko breaking into the box, and it's into the side netting. I thought I was going to come back and they score immediately. Unfortunately, I'm not that lucky. But hang on, I'm just going to quickly set up the poll in chat, and then we'll get back to the commentary. But by all accounts, a good start for today's game from RB Leipzig. I mean, a lot of people predicting, quite fairly, that Real Madrid are going to be the stronger side and will go on to win. But I've actually been really impressed by the start that RB Leipzig have made to today's game. You know, they look really positive. They're attacking Real Madrid. Their press is really strong, so they are causing issues for Los Blancos. But now Real come forward and they're going to make me eat my words, because here comes Brahim Diaz looking to make something happen. Ball whipped into the area, head away by Mohamed Simakan. Now Diaz. Now Dani Carvajal. Diaz again. Just switching the play. Here's Nacho. Mendy. Now it's with Rodrigo. Mendy again. Now Tony Kroos. Been a good game so far, says Harry. Yeah, it has been. I think, obviously, we've not seen loads of attempts on goal. We've not seen a goal yet, but no, I think it's been a really interesting game to see how Leipzig try and deal with Real, to see how they've posed a threat to Real's defence. Here's Rodrigo. They're looking to strike one, blocked well by David Raum, but he's looking to hit one again now. But it's Vinicius this time, and Leipzig come away with the ball. Chelsea says you should kick me out. No, it's not your problem, Chelsea fan. It's an us problem. Our stream went down. Don't worry, my friend. We've just had some connection issues. Just a rookie error from me, really. Gonna blame it on the fact I'm rusty. Haven't done this for a while. But yeah. Anyway, we are back now. That's all that matters. Mendy. Camavinga. Here's Vinicius, but he loses it, and here come RB Leipzig. Simons. No, sorry, Openda. Now Heinrichs. Now he's caught in possession by Diaz. And here come Real Madrid. And Camavinga goes down there under very little contact, but he waves play on. Vinicius Jr. pulls it back. Rodrigo. And I think it's come off Rodrigo, but it goes out for a goal kick. The thing that confuses me here, and I think will frustrate fans of Leipzig, is that Camavinga goes down there, and it would have been given as a free kick if there wasn't an advantage for Madrid. But there was a very similar foul on Louis Openda, and nothing was awarded. Bit of a weird situation. Judgman says, I've reposted your tweet on X so more people can come in. Thank you, Chelsea fan. The problem is now that stream link is going to be wrong. So that'll direct everyone towards the stream we've just done. But thank you regardless. Hopefully they can find their way to the live one. But yeah. Simakan. Just getting caught there by Eduardo Camavinga. Not really sure what Camavinga was trying to do. Very surprised he hasn't picked up a yellow card for this. Because while it didn't seem cynical, it was clumsy, and there wasn't really an attempt for the ball. So, a fortunate one for Eduardo Camavinga. Willi Orban. Exchanging passes now with Javier Schlager. Here is Lucas Klostermann. Now Orban. Galakshi. Now Orban again. Klostermann. Just carrying the ball forwards now. Olmo gets fouled by Dani Carvajal, but there is an advantage. Simons plays it wide. Here's David Raum. Puts it into the box. Stopped by Tchouaméni, and then Openda just can't quite get on the ball there. And down goes Kroos there, under a bit of pressure, and free kicks awarded. Again, a soft one, but fair enough. Here's Ferland Mendy. And he's forced backwards now to Andre Lunin. But it's not been comfortable for Real so far. They've had more attempts, but they've had less attempts on target. And for a side that should be so far ahead of RB Leipzig, I've not been impressed by Real Madrid. I think Leipzig have been the stronger side here. Here's Toni Kroos. Now plays it across to Aurelien Tchouaméni. But Real have got to get something going here. They've got to be a bit more positive. They've got to attack Leipzig a bit more. It's really interesting to see how Leipzig set up. Because they play in a 4-4-2 or 4-2-2-2 anyway, their pressing structure is very similar to their out-of-possession football, very similar to their in-possession football. So they don't really have to transition between the two shapes. That, you know, there's no transitions there. So it's quite easy for them to go from attacking to defending, which I think aids them in a sense. Anyway, Ferland Mendy. Now Nacho Fernandez. Tchouaméni. Carvajal now knocks it out wide. Here's Rodrigo, but the ball knocked back to Brahim Diaz. The poll in chat, by the way, very different, this poll, to the one we had when we had the stream page before. 50% backing RB Leipzig, and I love it, because I do think Leipzig got a chance tonight. I really think they do. But yeah, they've been very good to start here. They've given Real Madrid a real run for their money. Diaz moves the ball out wide. Here is Ferland Mendy. Now Diaz. Real missing Jude tonight, says Chelsea fan. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Obviously, out through injury tonight, Jude Bellingham. Here's Vinicius Jr. Slots it through the legs of Benjamin Heinrichs. Is brought down, but play continues, and then Louis Openda has definitely been fouled there. And that is given. I think the Leipzig players are a bit miffed as to how that's not been given as a yellow card, because Leipzig were on the break. That's a very soft one on Vinicius that he's complaining about. Leipzig were on the break, and Kroos just kicks Openda, and it's not his first foul. So I feel they're very fortunate here. And, you know, there's always that classic thing of, Real get lucky with the refs. And while I don't believe in any of those conspiracy theories, I do think there is something to be said that, you know, they do seem to get carded a lot less. And I'm not suggesting anything by it, but it is an interesting observation, isn't it? Lucas Klosterman. Now Schlager. Klosterman. Heinrichs. Klosterman again. Now it's Schlager. Klosterman. Apparently everyone just has to pass it to Klosterman. That's the rule now. Simakan, and it's back to Klosterman, of course. Really enjoying as well 3 of their back 4 having a name ending in An. I don't know who they'd sign at left back in order to complete the 4, but still enjoying it anyway. Heinrichs, Orban. Heinrichs. Now it's Dani Olmo. Benjamin Šeško. Puts the ball in. Here's Simons. Has to readjust his body to be able to bring it down. Simons to David Raum, who made the overlapping run. Back to Simons. Can they fashion some sort of opportunity here? Knocks it across. Here's Simakan. Could go in the box. It's blocked by Ferland Mendy. Falls to Federico Valverde on the edge of his own area. But Leipzig are putting them under pressure here. But now they could break Real as Brahim Diaz goes down under a little pressure from Willy Orban. A little bit of a throw yourself to the floor type moment when he realised he was being hassled back towards his own goal by Willy Orban, but fair enough. Smart from Orban as well. Could have easily been rolled there by a player with the quality of Brahim Diaz, but he stood firm. Didn't let him turn. So yeah. Very good start. Very good start to this game for RB Leipzig. And yeah, Madrid uncharacteristically poor. And that's a horrible one from Carvajal. I think he'll be fortunate not to get booked here because Simons managed to get in front of the ball there that was intended for him, and Carvajal just wiped him out. He's claiming he got the ball. I don't think he did. I don't think he got anywhere near it. It wasn't even given. Simons on the deck requiring treatment. Carvajal's telling him he should have got up. I don't know how that makes any sense, but sure. Anyway, we're going to see a replay, I think, of the... is this the early goal for Benjamin Šeško? Yeah, no, 100% onside. I have no idea how that goal doesn't stand. Maybe I need to read the rulebook more, but I see no reason why that shouldn't stand. Now, I'm sure there'll be some sort of explanation for it, but that goal should stand. That should be 1-0 RB Leipzig. But yeah, I'm doing a quick search to see if there's any reason why that wouldn't stand. But yeah. No idea how that wasn't given. Apparently, it's because there's a player behind the goalkeeper who hinders him, and they are offside. No idea. No idea how that was. But yeah. Very fortunate. Very fortunate, Real Madrid. Carvajal. So 30 minutes played here at the Red Bull Arena. Very good start for RB Leipzig. Here is Camavinga, knocks it out wide. Carvajal. Now it's with Fede Valverde. Rodrigo, and that's seen or knocked off by David Raum, but I think he's managed to win a throw, to be fair to him. Orban. And it goes back now to Petr Galaxy. Lucas Klosterman. Galaxy. And I think there may be a protest starting in the corner because I've just seen a tennis ball launched onto the field. Obviously, German football at the moment. A lot of protests going on surrounding the decision to welcome foreign investors into the Bundesliga. And again, wouldn't be surprised if we see the start tonight. But it is a bit interesting to see RB Leipzig fans try and protest foreign money coming into it. That would be quite the hypocrisy. Olmo. Benjamin Šeško tries to hold it up, but Camavinga wins it back. Here's Dani Olmo. And he can't hold on to the ball. Toni Kroos. Now it's with Heinrichs, tries to put the ball into the box, but he's overhit that. Not quite sure he's managed to do that. Heinrichs he's not played badly. He's not played badly, Benjamin Heinrichs. But it just feels like he's rushing it a bit. I mean, Openda was offside anyway. So he didn't really have anyone in the box to go to because Openda was the only player in there and he was stood in an offside position. But just rushing, just overhitting a few things, Benjamin Heinrichs. But can't really criticise Leipzig's performance. Leipzig, they've been so good. So good at just limiting Real coming forwards and then really posing quite a threat when they can launch attacks of their own. And now they've got a throw in deep in the Real Madrid half now. Raum going down the line, and Šeško's movement here to receive the pass is brilliant. David Raum again. Now Schlager, Raum, are there options in the box for him? Goes back to Schlager. His touch doesn't exactly work out for him. Rodrigo, but Raum wins it back. All level at City, is it? I've not seen a notification for that goal. Oh, yeah. FC Copenhagen 1, Manchester City 1. Wow. So while Leipzig are putting pressure on the most successful team in Champions League history, Real Madrid, Manchester City, the reigning champions, despite going a goal up, are now back level against FC Copenhagen, who I believe would be the lowest ranking coefficient side left in the tournament. And of course, they drew Manchester City. Because that's what always happens with City. Would be hilarious if they knock them out. I don't think it's going to happen, but at 1-0, you never know. Kroos. Said that last year. Tchouaméni. Now it's Carvajal. Kroos. Tchouaméni back to Petr Galakshi. Great ball out wide into Ferland Mendy. Trying to come down the line, and he's taking it past two. Brilliant movement, to be fair. Here now is Eduardo Camavinga. Now Dani Carvajal. Diaz. Valverde. Debut goal as well, says Samaya. What for the Copenhagen player? Well, let's shout him out. Who scored? It was Magnus Madsen. Well done. Well done, Magnus. Good job, mate. Baller. Never heard of him before, but he scored in the Champions League against Manchester City. Great strike as well, according to Samaya. We'll have to check out in a minute. Here is Toni Kroos. Moves the ball out wide. Fede Valverde. Darts inside. Tries to come up with a pass but can't. Simons' touch is poor. That's a yellow card for Camavinga, or it should be. But they advantage is waived since they are continuing on here, RB Leipzig. Šeško holding up the ball, waiting for some support. If Camavinga isn't booked after this play, then I'm convinced that Real are paying the refs. Because that's his second or third of the game now. David Rao, and that's out for a corner. Apparently there was an offside call in there somewhere as well. I'm not sure where, but there was. No, David Rao just went a little bit too early there. It's a harsh one, but it is given. Camavinga not booked, by the way. So, Rao get away with another one. Easily could be on 2 yellows at this point. Ferland Mendy. Now it's with Brahim Diaz. Camavinga. Now Aurelien Tchouaméni. Diaz wins it off Simons. Now Camavinga. Lovely ball out wide to Vinicius Jr. Controls it deftly with his knee. Simakan just stands close to him. Does really well actually to stand him up. This is a player that can cause, even the best fullbacks problems. We saw in the Girona game, one of the best performing sides in the Liga this season, and one of the best fullbacks in the league this season, Ana Martinez. No, not Ana Martinez, sorry, we didn't play. It was Jan Quoto. Jan Quoto, who is very attacking by nature, admittedly. But we saw how him and, was it Martinez at right centre-half? I want to say it was. They got caused so many issues. They just couldn't get close enough to Vinicius. Gave him way too much time, and he came up with a shot of the highest quality. And I think quite clearly Leipzig watched that game. Rosa watched that game as well, because he's deployed Simakan tonight just to stick close to him. Every single time Vinicius is on the ball, he's on his back. And he's hounding him. He's causing issues for Vinicius this evening. It's meaning that one of the most dangerous players for Real Madrid, given the fact they don't have Jude Bellingham at their disposal this evening, is being nullified at the moment. And that's why they can't really make anything happen. Simon's touch escapes him there. And it's now with Carvajal. Kroos. Diaz. Gives it to Aurelien Tchouaméni. Manages to find Dani Carvajal. Fede Valverde. Trying to get it to Nacho Fernandez, but it's a hospital ball. And Fernandez can't keep it in. And it's so sloppy. It is so sloppy at the moment. From Real Madrid. A real amateur hour for the 14-time European champions. Heinrichs evades a tackle there and manages to get it back to his centre-half, Willy Orban. Now it's with Mohamed Simakan. Klosterman. Schlager. Klosterman again. Now Willy Orban. But yeah. Really impressed by Leipzig this evening. I've not seen enough RB Leipzig this season. Obviously, a lot of the discourse in the Bundesliga has been around Bayer Leverkusen, and rightfully so, because they've been really good. But yeah, I think also a very good outfit are this RB Leipzig side. I think that Marco Rose is a very good a very good coach. He didn't really get much time at Manchester City, not Manchester City, sorry, Borussia Dortmund. I saw City pop up and it's entered my mind. No, at Borussia Dortmund. But now at RB Leipzig, few people were worried that maybe he wouldn't be able to handle the big club because he couldn't at Borussia Dortmund. But he's done really well so far. And yeah, working wonders with a good young squad. And I'm sure next summer, I mean, obviously Xavi Simons isn't their player anyway, so he'll be headed back to PSG. Whether or not he has another loan move after that remains to be seen. But yeah, they're going to lose him, potentially. I don't think it'll be long before some of the top clubs in Europe are looking at players like Louis Openda, like Benjamin Šeško, if they can perform at the level we expect from them. Dani Olmo as well, another one that's... I think Dani Olmo could become another Emil Forsberg, though. A player that's always been linked, or was always linked with a move to a big side, but is either going to play for Leipzig forever, or do maybe like a Marcel Sabitzer, and be a Leipzig staple for years and then end up at Bayern Munich. Oh, brilliant turn from Camavinga. Now Carvajal. Because he's not quite over the hill, but he is 25 now. So he's not really like a wonder kid anymore, is he? Brahim Diaz. Vinicius looking back for Diaz and it's out of play. Or almost going to be one of those weird signings that just like somehow ends up at Bournemouth. Or something strange like that. Carvajal. And he's lost it, and that will be a Leipzig throw. Kicked away by Rodrigo, and they're asking the question here, why that's not a yellow card? How is that? Honestly, how is that not a yellow card? He has just kicked the ball away. And no one even bats an eyelid. A guy onto the stream. Good to see you, my friend, saying hello, hello. Good to see you, Gary. It's been too long, mate. David Raum. Throwing it over the head of... Brahim Diaz and into Louis Openda. Openda coming forwards here, but Kroos gets across well. And now they can come forwards. Camavinga, Kroos. Plays it across. Here is Nacho Fernandez. And now it is Vinicius Jr. Looking to come inside. Goes to Mendy. Diaz. Vinicius. Wants to take on Simakan here. Goes past Simakan, ball to the box, and it's just missed the head of Rodrigo. Glaring opportunity from Real Madrid goes wasted there. And now David Raum being boxed in this corner by Dani Carvajal, and he's somehow managed to concede a throw in there. And perhaps Leipzig just feeling that pressure now. Real are upping the ante as this half rolls to a conclusion. Schlager. Now Benjamin Heinrichs manages to find Šeško. Šeško touches it to Olmo. Can play it back into Benjamin Šeško. He's in on goal. Huge tackle from Aurelian Tchouaméni, and that's out for a corner. But really good stuff from Leipzig. The ball from Olmo just wasn't right. He almost nailed it to Benjamin Šeško. It's just too narrow. Too close to Aurelian Tchouaméni. Too difficult for him to get across and make the tackle. Guys, let's have the other game on. Great scenes at Copenhagen 5 minutes ago. What, the goal? Yeah. I need to catch a clip of that during half-time. Because Samaya says a great strike. So, going to check that out. But yeah, close to that half now. Carvajal just batting away that corner. Ball whipped back into the box, and Valverde's the worst one to meet it. Orban heads it back up in the air. Headed down by Aurelian Tchouaméni. Now here is Orban. Plays it out wide. Dani Olmo. Now Xavi Simons. Heinrichs manages to get away from Valverde. Still going Benjamin Heinrichs. Now Louis Openda. Does well, and it's won back by Carvajal. Here come Real Madrid. Rodrigo. Vinicius. Wants to take on Klosterman. Still going Vinicius, and it's cleared away by Lucas Klosterman. But yeah, we are, okay, close to the half. It feels like Real, huff and puff, and just can't really get anything going. Leipzig, well, I think they've been the better side, but they haven't finished the chances they've created. They haven't, that final ball, that decision making in the final third hasn't been good enough at times this evening. That's a huge tackle from Benjamin Heinrichs. Does really well. And that ball now into the channel gives Openda something to run with. Holds it up. Now looking for the run of Benjamin Šeško. He'll keep it alive here. The Serbian. Not Serbian, sorry. Slovenian, right? Here is Simons. Ball lifted into the box. Almost not going to be able to get there. Claimed well by Lunin. And Gary says it was a mistake from Edison, but the finish was fantastic nonetheless. Beautifully cut around the defender. Gary also says that Phil Foden seems to have picked up a knock early on. Well, that won't matter now anyway, that Copenhagen goal, because I've just had the notification. It's Manchester City 2, Copenhagen 1. Oh yeah, Real. While I was looking at that, Real have just missed another opportunity. And Louis Openda on the deck as well. Quite a physical game here. But as Brahim Diaz held up the ball, slots it through to Vinny, and his shot just goes wide. Not bad though. And this was the chance for Benjamin Šeško. And I don't know what the conversation was. There's an argument between Marco Rose and Carlo Ancelotti. Rose was furious about something. Ancelotti responded with the most sassy little finger wag you've ever seen. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Marco Rose was shouting about. So yeah. Here is Javier Schlager. Now Raum. Orban. Klosterman. Carrying the ball forwards. Olmo. Now Simakan. I'm not sure who his intended target was there, but the ball's not found him. Tony Kroos. And that is forward ball from Mendy knocked out by Simakan. The ball, not Mendy. That'll be a throw-in now for Real Madrid. And Reza, for his overzealous frustrations, has picked up a yellow card. But that is the conclusion of the first half here. RB Leipzig 0, Real Madrid 0. A very strong first half for RB Leipzig. I mean, they've used the home advantage this evening. They've used the home atmosphere. And, well, they've played really well, actually. They've managed to keep really compact, really narrow defensively, limit Real Madrid's chances, and then when they've got an opportunity to attack, they've really made the most of it. Unfortunately, not able to finish on those chances they've created just yet, but at half-time, they are still at the deadlock. 0-0, Leipzig 0, Real Madrid 0. I'm very impressed. Very impressed with what I've watched so far. I've not seen a lot of, I've not seen a lot of RB Leipzig this season, but they've been really impressive in tonight's game. And yeah, you can really see the progress and the positive work that's been done by Marco Rose. He's cultivating quite a young side. I think what we've seen with Leipzig, especially on the European stage, is the consequence of having a young squad is that there isn't a lot of, well, experience. That's going to shock you. But yeah, but there's not that sort of unity and understanding because there's quite a lot of rotation because they buy young players, you know, feed them through Salzburg, feed them through Leipzig, sell them on for 80 million. So it's a great strategy for making money, but it's not such a great strategy for going deep in Europe or winning Bundesliga titles. But with the team they've got now and what Marco Rose is doing, they do have that unity and that understanding working with each other. And it does seem like they've moved their recruitment less from just purely profit and more towards that play style. They want to get a good squad to go. I mean, Xavi Simons on loan is a perfect example of that because he's not a player they're going to be able to sell on for profit. Of course, they don't own him, but he is a player who's made a huge difference to them this season. Louis Openda is another. Now, while there is a little bit of profitability there, I don't think there's a huge scope for it. And he was a big money striker signing that they brought in alongside Benjamin Šeško, which was already agreed. Now, that's a bit more RB, of course, because it came from Salzburg. But a lot of their recruitment last summer wasn't just focused around purely turning a profit in the future. Just a couple of questions in chat. A couple of points in chat talking about Gary's saying, tough run of fixtures for Chelsea, Man City and then Liverpool in the cup final. Best of luck. If Palmer, Gallagher, Enzo play the way they did in the second half yesterday, you may have a chance versus Liverpool. I think we'll always have a chance against Liverpool. It's a final of a domestic cup. There's always a chance we get something. So, and if we look at the history against Liverpool, I know the most recent game was obviously that 4-1 drubbing, but we were out of sorts that evening. So, I think personally, we've got a chance in the final. It's going to be a good game. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 0-0 again. In actual fact, because both sides will be I think it'll be quite a cagey game. Of course, it's a final. That's only the nature. The last two times Chelsea and Liverpool faced off in a final, it was 0-0. A lot of that was because Romelu Lukaku cannot finish chances, but that hasn't really changed.